So I remember quite a while ago, in the early days when I started my channel, I got contacted by a family member. So this person told me, listen, why don't you help uh, your sibling? I had a sibling who was going through abuse. And I'd figured out that this sibling was going through abuse. And I tried to do a little bit of, give them advice and help them a little bit of what they need to do, especially during those discards, because the discards had started happening. And I realized and recognized that these were like the discards from the narcissist. So this person tells me, why don't you help this family member? She's going through it all. Okay. And I was like, I have done this already. I have helped this person. I have talked with them. We have exchanged a few ideas, but I feel like there's nothing I could do. There's nothing else I could do. And I'd run out of options. And then eventually in those days, I figured out that this person is learning something, they're learning their lessons. As much as it was hurting me, because you have a sibling and you're in position to help them because you already figured out what is really going on when it comes to abuse. You have figured things out somewhere, somehow. You've gotten out of it. You've done some healing work, even if you haven't fully healed. And you're in a better position somewhere, even mentally, to help someone. And usually empaths are people who will not stand to see someone going through a situation like narcissistic abuse. It's very difficult. It's very painful to watch. If you're watching your kids, for example, if you're watching other siblings, even sometimes friends that they're going through abuse, you want to step in. You want to step in because you feel the pain they're going through. You understand the pain that they're going through. And you want to come in to help them. But most of the times, the more you help them is the more you're going to look like the stupid person, or you're going to look a little bit more weird or foolish, because it's like there is people actually who are not ready. Okay, they are not ready. They are not there yet. They are not ready. And you having gone through whatever it is you're going through when you was with a narcissist, I went through narcissistic abuse most part of my life, but effectively it was the 7 years of marriage to a narcissist. And I understand it was always very difficult for me to go. It was difficult. I tried a few times. Let me leave today. Couldn't happen. Let me leave the other week. Let me leave the next month. I tried 2, 3, 4 times to leave. Couldn't work. And the basic reason why it wouldn't work is because sometimes we have been placed in some situations to learn something. You see, a narcissist is a person who will torture you physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. They will torture you. You run away. Maybe you had enough. You think you had enough. You move away. You step aside. You'll be back in a week. The same thing will happen, sometimes even more intensive. You will still walk away for a couple of months, maybe 2 weeks, or maybe a month or two. You will eventually come back. Sometimes you hear people who have been hoovered by a narcissist for forever, 10, 20 years. The sibling I'm talking about has gone through hoovers for about 25 times now. They're still in the same situation like they was many years ago. And it is very painful, okay, to watch somebody, like for a person who, if you're looking at it from a perspective, a healed perspective, and a healed individual who has stepped out of abuse, you're looking at these individuals and actually you're understanding where they're coming from because you have actually been there before. And me, one thing what I've learned as well along this journey is that sometimes, as much as the situation will be very intensive and very difficult for us when we're dealing with abuse, especially from narcissistic people, we will be there to learn something. Because you see, you cannot walk away unless you've learned that lesson. It's like, for example, taking an exam. If you've been in school, you've been studying, and then of course they give you the exam. You pass the exam, then you was able to move ahead to the next class, the next level. If you didn't pass the exam, you will be asked actually to rewrite that exam, okay? Sometimes you could rewrite it until actually you get it right. And it happens in all scenarios. The same thing happens with this thing of narcissistic abuse. So it's like a very big lesson for us empaths to learn that sometimes, as much as we want to save almost everyone, because that's what empaths do, we feel like we can save everybody, we can save the whole world. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it doesn't work like that. There is some people that are not ready to be saved, okay? They are not at that level whereby they can understand some things on a very deep level. I remember telling my sibling that if you really know what is good for you, if you really want to live, you want the best of yourself, you need to leave this relationship. I could send them videos. I could send them even sometimes videos from other people, but they were all ignored, so they wouldn't watch my videos. And in a day or two, I would ask them, have you seen the video? I sent you a video last night. I've been busy today. I've been moving up and down. I say, okay. I sent another one. Did you watch the video? Oh, no, I didn't watch the video because I've been running the kids to school. I've been doing this. So I figured out that actually this individual was simply running away from the truth, because sometimes it is very painful for someone to come around and tell you that your father is a narcissist, for example. Maybe this is what you need to do. That is what you need to look out for. Or your partner is a narcissist, your wife or husband is a narcissist. And they are thinking that probably you don't want the best for them, or you want to destroy their relationship or their friendships or whatever. And they're going to take it out on you, like you're the problem. But actually what they really don't understand, and again, it comes to the fact that they are not at that frequency yet, whereby they can understand the consequences of staying around a narcissist. So sometimes you're always going to end up as the bad person. They will point the fingers at you, and they sometimes feel or think that you're interrupting their relationships or whatever it is they got going on with themselves. So for the empaths, what we learn along our journey is that we do help, okay? We always step in, we help people. But when you figure out that you're helping somebody who doesn't seem to take in this help or to receive this help with an open heart, you may be dealing with a person who still has so much work to do with themselves, and they are still going through a situation, and regardless of what it is you have to say or what it is you have to do, they're not there yet. They're simply not there yet. They're not ready, okay? So we need to learn to let people go through their own cycles, because you're an empath, for example, who has healed. You have seen everything, you've walked through it, you know all the details, you've walked out of it, you've healed, and you worked on yourself, and you've gotten away somehow. There is also people who have actually just started the cycle, and everybody will go through these cycles. It will not be the same for all of us. So my cycle may be shorter than another person's cycle. So when a person keeps on dragging back and forth, and it's like you're pushing them to understand something or to see something, and it feels like you're pushing a lot of information into their heads and they are not listening, the best thing you can do for yourself as an empath is actually step aside, okay? You have already tried, so they can never come around and tell you that you did not try to help them. You have really tried, okay? Like in this case, the sibling, you will try because this is a family member, you are going to try. But they have just gone through their cycles. They are still going through their cycles. There is some particular lessons they are learning. There is nothing you can do. So sometimes to learn a lesson is going to require somebody to go through intensive hurt, okay? So a person is really going to hurt them. And sometimes God is showing you these signs, it's like you're going back, the hurt will begin. You run away, you go back, the hurt intensifies. You run away, you come back, the hurt intensifies. So the hurt just cannot stop. And it is until that moment whereby your soul or your spirit feels like it's your spirit like jumping out of the body. It's like you can no longer contain this. It's like you really have enough. You can no longer understand who you are. You've really lost track of yourself. You don't even know what to do. So sometimes you have to reach, for a person to be able to wake up or to learn a particular lesson in life, they have to go through a whole cycle, narcissistic abusive cycle, for example, for them to understand what they're dealing with, okay? And it is not sometimes something that you're going to come from the outside and tell them. They have to see this. They have to experience it. It's why they say sometimes that when you're talking to a person about narcissistic abuse, they have never been with a narcissist. Maybe they thought they had one, but maybe they're not even sure yet. Most of the times, it won't be very difficult to listen. Okay? They know what you're saying. So, empaths, try. Okay? I don't say don't try. Try. Friends, step in there. Try. Help them. Family members, do the same. Try. But when it's keeping on, going on, and it's like it cannot end, then it's time for you to step away. Let them go through that cycle and let them have to experience this thing firsthand. Okay? Let their own spirits awaken at their own time, because there is really nothing you can do. The lesson is learned when you have learned. Sorry, the lessons are learned when you have gone through a complete cycle of some kind of situation, and you've been able to understand what it is, figured it out. Your body cannot take anymore. Your soul can't take anymore. That is when you can be able to step away and break free from that kind of individual. Okay? So empaths, let us know what you think about the video in the comment section below. Remember that you cannot save everybody. Some people are ready to be saved. Some people are not ready to be saved. Let the ones that are ready to be saved find you. Okay? When I do these videos, I allow them to vibrate and gravitate towards the people that need them. So if the video shows up on somebody's screen, they may have an answer or two of what it is they need to do. But normally, when you try to step in a situation before they are ready, nothing is going to happen. Okay? Leave us a comment, like the page, share, and subscribe. And I'll get back to you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.